Yo, what's get up? This is Max from Real Social Dynamics with really epic glasses today, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to create jaw-dropping first impressions on a girl. I'm going to give you the 7 key points that me and my clients have been using over the last couple of years now that will give us kick-ass first impressions. Imagine you walk up to the girl and within 10 seconds she's already into you, she already wants to get to know you better, she already wants to talk to you. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. It's really, really great. Before we're going to crack into that, if this is one of the first videos that you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, now is a good point to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button underneath this video. Next to that is a little bell symbol. You hit that too. That way you always get notified every time I'm dropping a new video. Why is that important? Why should you subscribe? Well, because I'm one of the few channels on YouTube that actually teaches you the truth. This is not some mainstream bullshit. This is not written by some schmuck who doesn't go out, who's like a journalist. This is written by someone who's stupid enough to have devoted his entire life to teaching social dynamics. Okay, I've been teaching tens of thousands of men in person, hundreds of thousands online, and I'm bringing the truth to you here. The ugly, ugly truth. That being said, let's crack right into it. And the cool thing is there's 2 things you can do before you actually go and talk to the girl that are already very, very helpful when it comes to first impressions. And the first one is let go of perfectionism, okay? First impressions are hugely overrated. They barely matter. What matters is much more that you're an overall cool guy, that you're persistent without being needy, that you're not creepy, that you're calibrated, that you're witty. Those are more the character traits that girls are looking for. I've never ever had a girl where I'm like, you know, hey, how did you decide that you want to have sex with me? And she's like, well, the first impression definitely did it, you know? For us, man, it's kind of like that. We look at a girl and, you know, within a half a second, we decide whether or not we want to have sex with her. But for girls, it's more like, how is the overall feeling that develops within me as I'm talking to this guy? So let go of needing to do the perfect first impression. So many guys, they try to, you know, have the perfect pickup line and then, you know, figure out the perfect angle, choose a 13-degree angle to come in and, you know, talk to her. That doesn't even matter. All that the girl will see is you hesitating. She will see you like scrambling around, and then, you know, you might have the perfect pickup line for her, but at the same time, she kind of already saw you hesitating, and that's not really attractive for her. So let go of first impressions. They're not even as remotely as important as you think it is. And number 2, take advantage of something that we call social proof, pre-selection. What is pre-selection? Pre-selection is basically the girl knowing already that you're a cool guy, the girl already knowing that you have access to other girls, and by the time you talk to her, she's like, oh my god, the cool guy's already talking to me. You already have a perceived higher value by the time you talk to her. This is optional, okay? I get it. Sometimes if you're watching this, you're like, well, I want to know how to talk to one girl, and you're telling me get other girls? Well, I don't know how to get other girls, right? I'm saying this is optional, but if you do have the option, for example, to be in a nightclub, and there's a group of girls, they might not be super hot, but they're okay looking, and, you know, they're partying, and they're, you know, in a super good mood, and it's kind of easy for you to make them like you. Then go make them like you, and then take them with you to go approach the hotter girl. By the time you approach the hotter girl, you are already pre-selected, okay? So let's say, you know, for you, there's a girl that is a 7 out of 10. You go talk to a 7, you hook her, she's interested in you. Now you take her by the hand, you say, hey, let's go meet some more people. You go talk to the girl that is an 8 out of 10 for you. And because you already talked to the 7, it will be easier for you to hook the 8. And now with the 8, she already likes you. You go talk to the 9, etc., etc. You get the gist. It's obviously a very massively oversimplified example, but you get the gist. On a side note, you can even say, you know what? Let me do this whole idea of pre-selection. Let me make it on a grander scale in my whole life. And that's where the whole, you know, social media game, Instagram game comes in, where, you know, if you follow me and my coaches, for example, we do show a lot of pre-selection on our Instagram. We show, you know, the girls that we hang out with, we show that we have a cool life, etc. So by the time I meet a girl in real life or even on Instagram, she already is like, holy shit, who the fuck is this guy? He's doing all these cool things. He has all this fun. He already meets all these hot girls, and it will be infinitely easier to then attract even more girls, right? That's the whole idea of pre-selection. So again, you can do 2 things before you actually talk to the girl, and that is let go of perfectionism, okay? Don't overestimate first impressions, and make sure that you get pre-selected if you can. It'll make a hell of a lot things more easier for you. So let's imagine you're walking up to a girl and you're about to talk to her. Here's what not to do. Playing to not lose. This is what 99% of guys are doing. They're playing not to lose. Instead, obviously, play to to win. Play to get to know the girl. Don't play to be cool. Don't play to not get rejected. Play to actually get to know the girl. It's such a, placated, wishy-washy example, but really try to hear me out here. What does it look like when you're trying to not lose, okay? You're playing to not lose. You're going in and what's in your head is probably your insecurities. Okay, Max, don't try to get rejected because you're short. Okay, Max, don't try to get rejected because your dick is small. Okay, Max, don't try to get rejected in a way so everybody kind of sees you. And then you go in and you're already expecting to get rejected. You're basically saying, okay, I'm gonna get rejected. Let me try to get rejected in the easiest way possible, okay? So the girl gives you a little bit of shit. The conversation might die down. The noise is getting a little louder. You're like, oh, this is a little difficult. Cheers, nice to meet you. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of there, right? That's playing not to lose. The guy who's playing to win, he's gonna go in with the attitude, look, she's gonna give me a lot of shit. Then I'm gonna make the fool out of myself. Then I gotta make sure that the friends like me. Then I gotta make sure this. Then she might even reject me. Then I have to go in again. This is a fucking winner. Here's the crazy thing. You know who the usual guys are that win? It's degenerate narcissists. People that are so degenerated and narcissistic, sometimes they're on coke, sometimes they're fucking drunk, and because they're on coke, because they're drunk, they're like, oh, let me just go in again, fuck it, whatever. And then they actually get the girl, right? And then you see it and you're like, well, why do girls always get with the douchebags? Well, because the douchebags are the only ones dumb and narcissistic enough to play to win. Whereas you as a nice guy, you just want to, minimize loss. Like, let's try to cut the losses as much as we can, which, at the end of the day, you might not get the harsh rejections. You might feel okay about yourself, but at the same time, you're also not getting the girl. If you want to win over a girl, you got to be full on willing to make a fool out of yourself, to lose, to look like an idiot. And you know what? You can complain about this now, saying, look at the dating coach telling men to, be little beta cucks and trying to be little beta cucks and be submissive to girls, the gynocentric society. But no, dude, in all honesty, that skill to set aside your fucking ego, that skill to being persistent, that skill to plowing through emotional pain and maybe even trauma, that skill helps you in every other area of your life. There's people in our mentoring group who, through the game have learned to build a business. And dude, if you've ever tried to build a fucking business, that comes along with way more uncertainty and pain and emotional trauma than being rejected by some fucking hottie. Realize that. So yes, I wish the rules were different. I wish girls would just come over to you and they would just willingly get with you. Unfortunately, it's not like that. I didn't make the rules, but I can at least help you to understand these rules, and then have those rules play a big part in your development to become an attractive, stronger, better man. So again, to summarize, I got a little sidetracked here, but to summarize that point, go in, play to win, not to not lose. And points number 4, 5, and 6, I want to summarize here, and I want to summarize them under the umbrella term of the holy trifecta of body language. Body language, sub-communication. If you have these down, these 3 little points, it's way less important what you say. It's way less important, where you're from, if you're tall enough or whatever the fuck it is. If you own these 3 points, it's very, very good. So, point number 1 is square up. I'm squaring up to you right now. I see so many guys, they go talk to girls. So imagine you're the girl right now. This is your vision of a girl, right? And they're coming in like this from the side, like, hey there. How's it going? And the girl's like, are you talking to me? Are you standing like this? Or are you like, again, this right here is playing to not lose body language. They give up before they even give themselves a chance to meet the girl. They're like, oh, please, I don't want to stand in front of you. Please walk away, I see this so many guys doing, and chances are high that you're doing it as well. I know that because I used to do it all the time until one of my friends would film me doing that, and he's like, dude, the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I didn't even notice that, because you're so nervous when you walk in. You have to square up in front of the girl. Now, as a side note, when you square up in front of the girl and she takes a step back because it's a little too high pressure for her, don't be like, well, I have to square up, so I have to get even closer. No, don't do that. Obviously, still calibrate and kind of see if you're putting too much pressure on her or not. But most of the time, by simply standing in front of her like a freaking normal person, you're able to already seem much more confident, even if you're, in the inside, you're like, on the outside, you're like, hey, what's up? And the inside, you're like, freaking out. So square up. Number 2 is eye contact, okay? This is especially key during day game when it's summer and you're wearing sunglasses. Women want to see your eyes. They see the sincerity in your eyes. They see how confident is this guy in the situation. They see, is this guy fucking able to hold eye contact? They need to see your eyes. I see this many times too. When guys, you know, like, they're like, hey, my name is Max, you know? And what they do is they either look somewhere or they look at their hand, like, hi. No, look into her eyes. In fact, when you really own the art of eye contact, you can literally open girls by simply looking at them. And they look at you and you're like smiling and you tell them to come over. And now they open you. How great is that? So square up and hold eye contact. And last but not least, this is especially key in loud environments. You've kind of seen it before, but also, you know, in nightclubs, outside on the street, wherever it is. Vocal projection. If you see anybody who's good at game, they're all quite loud when they're talking. And a little trick here, especially in loud, chaotic nightclubs, a little trick is, imagine you're bundling, you're channeling your energy with your voice, okay? What many people try to do is in their head, they're thinking, I'm talking at the person, right? You're trying to talk at the person. Try to imagine you're talking through the person. When you're imagining you're talking through the girl, all of a sudden what you say becomes very clear, becomes very loud, and it's easy for her to understand. What you gotta understand is, if the girl has trouble understanding you, if she has to invest in the fact that she needs to understand what you have to say, she won't. Because for her, you're just some random guy. So when you walk up to her in a bar or nightclub, you're like, hey, how's it going? She's like, huh? And you're like, well, I just noticed it. She's like, well, fuck this guy, DJ party, let's go back to that. That sounds way more fun than me having to put effort in to trying to listen to this girl, to this girl or this guy. So try to speak through the girl. As a side note, my homeboy Jeffrey talks a lot about that. Don't try to speak from the chest. Do you hear it right now? I'm trying to come up with a lot of force speaking from the chest. It sounds a little pressed. It sounds a little... I don't sound very relaxed doing this. As opposed to speaking through the diaphragm here, through the lower abdomen. You see? It's way easier for me to actually convey a lot of loudness with my voice. I sound hell of a lot more relaxed. And overall, it's easier for me to speak through you instead of at you. I hope that's understandable. So now you know. To summarize these points, I'm going to bring you the last point, which is the most important point in a second. To summarize it. Number 1, fuck perfectionism, okay? First impression is overrated. Number 2, if you can, take advantage of pre-selection and social proof, okay? Number 3, I forgot. Number 3, play to win and not to not lose. It's a lot about in your mentality. And number 4, 5, and 6, the holy trifecta of body language: square up, hold eye contact, and vocal projection. And the last point here is a little bit of a general meta point, and that is, it's not about content, it's about opportunity. If it only was about content, then everybody who would watch 1 or 2 videos would get great results. My YouTube channel, you know, it's like 230,000 subscribers, would be teeming with epic comments of people that are getting all the results, that are 10 out of 10 happy with everything. That would be so awesome. Holy shit. I'd be so grateful. There's a couple guys that are crushing it, and I'm grateful for it. And I want to thank you for it if you've ever dropped a comment, kind of sharing your inspirational success stories. But at the same time, if you're watching this video still, then chances are high that you're not 10 out of 10 happy with the girls you're dating, with the amount of girls you're dating, with the quality of girls that you're meeting, with the amount of sex you're getting, with the amount of girlfriends you're getting, or whatever it is. If you're not 10 out of 10 happy, then it's not about watching the next video, looking at the next article. It's not about that. It's about taking advantage of opportunities that are given to you. So that last point is something that's really close to my heart. Don't just watch the videos. Actually go out and execute. If you need help doing that, you can join my mentoring program. You can get on a free consulting call with us. How cool is that? If you can't execute properly, if your mind is full of excuses, I gotta wait till summer, gotta wait till I'm fit, gotta wait till I got my university hell or my job. These excuses mean nothing, and time is running out. At some point, you're gonna wake up and you'll realize you've been wasting years of your life not taking advantage of opportunities, not taking action. So if you're a guy who says, I'm ready to crush it, I'm ready to get great results that people in my mentoring program are getting, we're gonna show some here, then here's what you can do. You can click the link that is appearing now, the same link is in the description below as well. You click on that link, and that link brings you to an application form, and that application form helps you book a literal free phone call with me and my team. You can get on a phone call with us, You can tell us about your current situation. Then you can tell us about your goals, and we'll help you develop a one-on-one private consulting call battle plan on how you can reach those goals yourself. It's entirely for free. And if you then say, hey, I want to join the RC Max mentoring program, I want to work on a more daily basis with me and my team where we give you 24-hour support, you can do that. You can join the mentoring program, but at the very least, you can get on a free consulting call with me and my team. We are here for you. Why? Because I love doing this. Because this is my life. Because I've devoted my entire freaking life over the last couple of years to teaching this. And the reason why I'm still in it, I don't need the money anymore. I got enough for that. I don't need more girls. I'm getting enough every fucking week because I love it. Because this is my passion. And because I want to thank you for all these years, months of whatever it is, or days of support. So I hope I can speak to you guys very, very soon on the phone call. Hope to see you guys in the mentoring program. Take action. Click the link below. This is our train. Let's go catch the train, right? Peace. GG.